Hello and welcome in to Control Chaos. I'm KD and my planner has the control and I have the chaos. So today I am testing a new kit that I created. It's a dashboard layout specifically right now for the classic Happy Planner. If that interests you, stick around. Alright, so getting started, I want to show you the kit. So this is called Beekeeper's Honey. And right now it's only in the classic dashboard, but I'm working on the big as well. And it's gonna have the same theme, but the decorations are gonna be a bit different. So this is page 1. This is page 2. This is page 3. Page 4, and then we have our decoration stickers for page 5. So let's get into it. So I have my classic Happy Planner from 2025. That's a dashboard layout. I don't use a classic layout pretty much at all, so that's why I'm able to use these pages, because I don't really use a classic size binder at all. So if you notice, this kit is not dated or it doesn't have a specific month. If I decide, I'll probably add the month as an add-on that you could add up here like it is in the Happy Planner, and it'll just be an add-on. But for right now, I just wanted to test the kit out and make sure that the boxes are the correct size and everything else fits. So we are going to use this spread here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull them out of the book and set this to the side. So I created these boxes to specifically be like overlays for the boxes. And again, this is just a test layout, so if there's no boxes here, that's because it's just a test and I'm just, again, testing it. But for the sake of just ensuring that the layout is correct and the measurements are correct, I just wanted to go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start with this side. Actually, I'm gonna start right here because I know this is the side that it's supposed to be on. So there. And you will probably have to hole punch this side. I'm not sure yet. If I don't like it, I'm gonna shorten the box. If I like it, I'm gonna leave the box as is. And that's the reason I'm doing this test. Before I sit this down, get the boxes that I know for a fact belong where they belong. That one goes here. But okay, so this box was designed for this space. Oh wow, that's like a perfect fit. Perfect fit right there. So yeah, this box goes here. That box goes there. And this box takes up this entire bottom space. Fit pretty well as well, so I like that. So that side of the page will be done, and then you will move over here. And like I said, this is just a test page, so I'm not really trying to make I am trying to make it aesthetic, but the way in which it sits, or what I'm trying to say, it doesn't necessarily have to be, especially this side, doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing. I can't see that. So I want to just get the boxes on here first, and then we'll go in and do the rest of the peeling and placing. And as I'm doing this, I'm noticing that there's a slight gap depending on where I place it. So if I place it at the bottom flush, it's a slight gap at the top. If I place it at the top, there's a slight gap at the bottom. What I will do, since again this is a test, I'll make sure that I extend that just a bit more, so that way it fits all the way to the top and not have a problem with that that little gap right there. I don't find a problem with it because of how I'm going to overlap, but again, you may not like it like that. You may decide you rather have a full coverage of your box. So I am going to ensure that the box is full coverage and not leaving that gap. So I want to use these washi as my headers. So I designed it to have top and bottom headers, washi borders. So if I do this correctly, this should fit across the entirety of the top. And only a slight bit went into that area. I think I'll just cut that out with my scissors. So that's the top on that side. This is the bottom washi on this side. Sometimes I find it easy just to place it in the corner. Hold on. I can't see like that. Okay, so place it in the corner and then just lay it down. Like that. And then boom. It's on there without issue, without fault. And I think the placement of these are perfect. There's a second option, so if you would have rather done this one, you could have used it here, or or you could have used it at your top. This one is, I already know, is a bit large for this area, so I will readjust this, or I will adjust this box to be this size of this this one particular washi. So that way you have an option if you want to use this one or you want to use this design as your top washi. And then let's do the same on the other side. And again, this kit is called Beekeeper's Honey. And by the time you see this video, it should very much so be up on my Etsy shop. At least the dashboard will be up for the classic. Because now that I'm testing, I can go ahead and make the revisions and I can go ahead and get this kit active. And then, so let's get some function down on this page. I didn't want to pre-label this section in case you wanted to use this maybe for groceries, or you wanted to use this for home maintenance, or whatever the case may be. But the way Happy Planner has it set up is for priorities. But for the case of showing you other options as to how you can use this page, let's do home maintenance as the header for this section. And we will use to go along with this, let's use this color, the brown. Yeah, let's put the brown right there. So you set your, try to put itself down. I wasn't going. So home maintenance. And normally this will have check boxes with lines across here. For some reason they didn't print, but I figured out the issue and I rectified it. So in this moment now, I'm just gonna use dots. So I'm gonna use flags to symbolize the large area. So let's say the first area is lawn, and I'm gonna use the smaller dots to put subsequent tasks down. And then we'll do a reminder section to go along with this area. And this reminder section is for us. You could put there we go. With the reminder section, you can put down tasks that you have to do in order to get this done. That's how you can use this section if you don't want to use the standard priorities area. So on this section, this is an important section, how Happy Planner has it set up. But let's say we don't want to do important. Let's say we want to do our grocery list over here. We want to do a grocery list right here. And for this one, we'll take a purple header, no, a green header, and stretch it across. Into groceries. Okay. So now that we have our grocery header, we can, let's see. Let's utilize some of these small boxes and do different sections. So, so that'll be your grocery section. And then lastly, let's do a self-care section. And we'll just place that one directly in the box. We'll do one task. Two. let's do I want to do another box situation. So let's do a family time. Or no, let's do movie night. We're gonna do movie night, but we're gonna put that inside a box with a header. So let's see what header we want to use. Let's go. Yellow, but I want to use the small yellow header. Alright, so then we'll go movie night. Let's put movie night right there. Okay, and then I want to do a flag. Well, let's do a brown flag indicating what movie we watched. Alright, so that's that. And then over here, we can leave this as an actual note section just in case we have anything to write down this week. So there's going to be a dual action section. So it'll be notes on this side, and then it'll be next week on the other side. It'll be next week. And to divide those, let's use a cream colored border. Let's see how this will fit. I think that's decent. Okay, so boom. And if you want, you can go ahead and put in, at least for the next week section, maybe not the notes section. Give us 3 things to do next week. And that is this side of the book, of the page, filled out. I think it came out pretty cute. So now let's move on to the right side of the page and how you can use this kit on the right side of the page. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and do our dates. This is something I also wanted to check with this kit when I made it. So let's see if it fits. Oh my gosh. I mean, a glove? Are we calling that a glove? Because what? I'm gonna call it a glove. I don't know about you, but a glove. T. Yes, ma'am. Okay, that is freaking perfect because what? I'm just gonna do all of these. And I know this is here, but oh well. So matter of fact, I might even move this off of this area right here, simply because the date would have to go there, and I don't want that. Okay, glove ain't even the word. Glove ain't even the word. My goodness, that's just like perfectamundo. And tell you the truth, I wouldn't even use this is not how I would date my stickers, my planner, simply because I like a Sunday start. So this would have started on the Sunday to the Saturday versus the Monday to the Sunday. But that's just me. That's just me. That's just how I roll. I know everybody does their dates differently. Make sure you stick to your guns. But for me, I wouldn't have chose this. But because I had to test and see if these stickers fit in this space and how well, I went ahead and did it. But like I said, for me specifically, and me specifically, I wouldn't have dated it like this, simply because I like a Sunday start. So I am going to now put down the days of the week, and we shall see how that goes. So far though, I do like the sizing of this kit, besides the little things that I mentioned. But outside of that, I think the sizing of this kit is right on par with everything that's already done up. And y'all, let me tell you the truth, I used a ruler. Okay, not only did I use the ruler, I don't know how to read a ruler for real. So I was Googling the sizes of the page, or like if I was like, okay, when I did the rulering, I would be like, it's 3 dots or 3 lines after the halfway mark, where clearly 3 lines is what, 3/16 or some junk like that. I still don't know. And that is okay, because what, as long as I got the good old internet at my hand and my fingertips, I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna use it every time. But I think for how I did my measuring and the unorthodox way that I did it, I think it came out pretty darn accurate. Like, pretty darn accurate. And yeah, I am proud of myself. So I thought I was gonna have to make these days of the week stickers a bit bigger or longer or whatever the case, but I think they fit pretty much where they need to fit as well, without, you know, being too large, too in the way, anything like that. I think they fit pretty well, and they covered what's already there. And that's one of the things I wanted to make sure, that they covered what was already there, because a lot of times I see people having to white out this and white out that. And sometimes, for me personally, I don't like the way the whiteout looks under the area, especially if what I whited out, the new sticker doesn't cover that full space. So for me, if I can not have to use the whiteout at all, then I prefer not to use the whiteout at all. But like I said, these stickers fit pretty much right on point, so I'm proud of myself for that. So now let's get into using these boxes. So I created these boxes for like bills, for payments, for things that are needing to happen during this week. So I'm not gonna label this box, but I will put in some of these stickers just to give you an idea of how they work and how they operate. So I'm gonna do 2 of these. Let's just use the first 2 and call it done. All right, so let's do appointment. So the top line will be where you put down what's going on. This is a check mark to the top to say, oh yes I did, no I didn't. You know, oh it got rescheduled or something of the case. So you will put your appointment information here. I'm gonna show you how you can do it with a bill as well. So I have a bill due sticker here. And we're gonna put it here. And again, I'm going to, after we do the setup, I'll go in and fill in some of these areas so you get a general visual idea of what it could look like if you were to use it in this way. So, now let's put in some other functional things. So we're gonna do a family time on Saturday. And I want to use one of these boxes. Let's use this box because I think it's cute. If I could get it off the paper. Okay. So we'll sit it here. That is not straight, but I am not taking it up. So family time right there. What else? Let's say we have work on 3 days. Well, let me see how many stickers I got. How many ever stickers we have is how many ever days we're gonna go to work. So we have work. Actually, I wouldn't work on Mondays. So we have work on Tuesday. We have work on Thursday. We are off on Mondays. I wouldn't get paid in this week, so I'm not going to indicate a payday. Even though this Sunday isn't the 9th, this is my mom's birthday, February 9th. So I'm going to indicate a birthday just for the fun of it. Her favorite color is purple, so I am going to use a purple sticker. Get it together. And I really hope this audio is coming out nice and clear, because if not, but if so, great. All right, so what you can do is put your birthday slightly at the top, and then I would write in there what needs to go. Church is also on Sunday. That would get an icon. Where's my church icon? And I like these little icons because if I run out of script, I could just use the icon and I know that's a church. We went to church. It's Sunday. We went to church. Or I can indicate it with this script here. And either way it goes, I know church was had on a Sunday. All right, and then I do have a birthday script or a birthday icon. So I'm gonna just put that down here like that. And then let's go Wednesday. We can take our doggy. I used to have a dog named Cujo. And I know Cujo is like that big Rottweiler or something from some type of movie where he was like a terror. But my Cujo was a 4.5 pounds, respect his half, with 4.5 pound toy poodle, a gray baby. And I'm talking about Cujo didn't even like getting wet. So yeah, he was not that terror that fiction has predicted out, personified him to be. But I tell you what, if you hear his name, you're gonna be scared until you see him walk up on the scene. And it's like, this baby, okay. But yeah, so, and again, that's how you can indicate and use these stickers to indicate that you have a pet appointment that day. And then lastly, let's do, since we are off Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then of course the weekend, what kind of job is this? Because I would love to have 2 days working and 5 days off. What? Yes. But I don't know if it works like that. And we have this day off because we have to go to the pet appointment and get the doggy taken care of. So on this day, on Monday, we're gonna do laundry. And Monday, I should probably actually in real life do some laundry because I have been washing clothes for 3 days now. And I really need to get that done. But yeah, distractions. So we're gonna do laundry, and then I'm gonna write what we're doing here. Friday is gonna be date night, and I want to use brown. Let's see. Green. I guess we could do green. Green is my favorite color, so here we go. And this was made to go across here like this to be an underset for your date and your day of the week. If you would like that, you could do that as well. But if not, use it how you see fit. But for me right now, In this moment, I am going to place it along the bottom. It's probably easier with my hands. I'm gonna place it along the bottom here. Boom. Let's put, I think I have a date night icon. Do I have a date icon? No, I don't think so. Okay, so I don't have a date night icon, but that's fine. We'll just write it in. So date night, and then Thursday we'll get some self-care in as well, and that's to prepare us for date night. We'll do those appointments Thursday. Nope, we'll do them Wednesday since we are off this day as well. And for that, I'm going to use the, let's do it here in actuality, since we still are off on Friday. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna use this self-care icon, and then we're gonna use let's use the yellow and the cream. Since the flag wants to come off, we'll use the flag. So we'll use the cream flag, and we'll use the yellow flag. All right. And then that is our Friday. Monday we have a day off. We are going to chill. We are going to chill. So that is how this could be set up using this kit. Now let's go in and see if we want to put in any other decorations. I think it's pretty filled in, but you can never have too many stickers. Well, you can't have too many stickers, but you know, let's just say. So we're done with that. Oh, nope, I wanted these bees. And I'm just gonna stick these little babies all around the spread in different areas because they are so cute. Let's put something down here. Let's see if we can get this right here. All right, we'll cut the bottom off. I try when I make these offsets, I try not to make the offset so large because it kind of takes away, but I couldn't help it with these little babies sticking out like that. But yeah, so that on that, I want to put in something in this notes section. can do the fresh honey. I don't think that went down straight. Oops. And to tie that in together, let's put this here. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna put another little bead right in here for movie night. I already know what movie we're gonna watch. Tell you. Alright, so let's get some decoration over here. Not too much, but just a little something to kind of fill out this spread. Let's put honey hive here because a worker bee is at work. Honey hive there. Honey drop or honey puddle here. Let's get something for this. Let me put this girl right here over there. Do we want to do her? We'll put her right there because of self-care. This is our self-care day. Also date night, so want to get a little cute right there. We can just put a little flower pot right there. If we want to get fancy, let's layer the flower pot with this green box. And we just layer that right there, and then we'll put the other flower pot on there as well because it's available. We'll sit that one right there. Okay, and then for Sunday, let's see, do we want to put anything or we want to leave it alone? And you know, I said we were done with the script, but I do want to put a important header right here. Important header right there, and we can put as many of these date dots. I'm gonna actually be done with the decoration, just so we don't overcrowd it and we still have a little space to write in if needed. Well, clearly it's needed because that's what you're using the spread for. But, okay, focus. Green on green? Yes. Yellow? No. No yellow, no orange. Purple, green, brown, cream. Oh, I like it. Yeah, purple, green, brown. How about that? Purple, green, brown. Little important section right there at the top. So let's get this back on the disc and see how it all came out. Okay, stop it. Oh, I have a few places to cut. Hold on. All right, so back on the disc. I think this turned out really, really cute. Okay, so here we are. I went ahead and filled out the spread and put in some things that you could get done with this kit, or ways that you can utilize this kit to track, to plan, to do the things and things. But I cut that out of the video. I did go ahead and do a couple extra spreads. So I did another classic spread, and then I did a mini spread. Because I had so much left over from the kit, I wanted to see how else this kit could be used if I just was maximizing the spreads I got out of the one kit. And I know before I said I was going to resize that header box, I changed my mind. Like I told you, I changed my mind because it does go across the entirety of the header. And I think it gives you a better option to say, I want to have a full across header, or I want to have a short stop header. And I did the bottom washi the same way. So I kept the short stop header, and then I included a full across header. And I'm not going to reprint the kit and redo all the things. It's just how it will be in the listing on the Etsy shop. So here's a look at all three kits. This is the secondary classic layout that I made, classic dashboard layout that I made, and this is the mini kit. So for the mini kit, I didn't resize anything. I literally just took the boxes that I had and the stickers that I had from this kit and placed it into a mini vertical layout. And I do say that if you're not fond of how small the mini vertical layout is, using these stickers in this kit does work very well. And that is all for this spread up. Thank you for coming to test this kit out with me, and I hope to see you on my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.